Living very close to the Netherlands, we find ourselves here often. As much as we love some of the delicious bitterballen or hanging out by charming canals, we also love to shop at a Dutch grocery store. So today we are showing some interesting, exclusive, and even weird things in a Dutch supermarket. Chocolate sprinkles. One of the first things that took me by surprise in a Dutch supermarket is the amount of chocolate sprinkles. There are so many varieties, even these smaller packs. What are these for? Are these to make your breakfast to go? Apparently not all chocolate sprinkles are created equal. These are often used for a popular Dutch treat called hagelslag. After everyone from the Netherlands telling us we must try this, we finally gave it a try.
We're trying real Dutch food here we go.
With a nice white bread slice, lots and lots of butter, and then covered with these chocolate sprinkles. Honestly, this is way tastier than the cereal and oatmeal I ate for breakfast as a child.
Sausages in jars. While this is pretty normal to see in Germany, my wife still giggles at the floating wieners in a jar. They often come in glass jars or cans, and you have a nice visual of them in there. Pretty common in Germany, but I have to ask, do these Dutch sausages look bigger?
Fresh juice machines. I've seen this a few times in several countries, but most of the supermarkets we've been to in the Netherlands have this machine and empty bottles for the freshly squeezed orange juice and fruit juices. It's pretty awesome. I like the freshness and minimal preservatives.
Potato variety. As a self-proclaimed potato expert and lover, the Dutch supermarkets are a potato eater's wet dream. There are so many packaged potatoes and all sliced and diced in different shapes, forms, curves. Makes me want to rub some oil all over them. Sorry, but really I'm very impressed and jealous of the amount of potatoes in Dutch supermarkets.
Licorice, aka drops. These are so popular and I don't know why. I am not a licorice person, but there are so many options in the Netherlands that people must love it, right? The internet says that these pyramid drops are the best ones. I don't know about that. We bought them to give them a try though.
Pyramids, we've never tried them before. So they're kind of harder than I expected, but they have this coating on top. We'll give it a try.
They're softer than I expected.
Yeah.
I'm used to really hard licorice from Germany.
It's also not as strong as a flavor. So yeah, these might be the best types of licorice since they're not as potent or more strong in flavor as the other ones we've tried, right?
They're the best licorice because they taste the least like licorice. Woohoo!
Woo! The amount of spreads. Okay, so I thought Germany had a lot of spreads and things to put on bread with the amount of Fleischwurst and Quark, but the Dutch have brought it to an entirely new level. The refrigerated sections of the supermarkets are full of different types of spreads. Even the non-refrigerated sections are full of spreads as well. There are even some nice toothpaste-shaped tubes for an easier spreading experience.
Vla. The dairy product called Vla is the best thing ever. It's somewhere in between a custard, vanilla or chocolate sauce and a pudding that comes in these tubs or even cartons for easy access. There are a lot of flavors, but I personally love the duo Vla. It's a mix of chocolate and vanilla all in one.
Every time we come to the Netherlands, this guy gets some type of Vla. Look at 2 different flavors in this one.
Double Vla, chocolate and vanilla. I am making that a tradition. This is very nice.
Meal packages. Okay, I love this next one. When I was working in the corporate America of the USA, I used a few meal prep delivery apps. So it was cool to see that some of the Dutch supermarkets make their own version, like these packages here. There was such a variety of rice and couscous dishes. I like that it gives a new and easy way to make different recipes. Pancakes. I love pancakes from around the world, and there are a lot of pancake options in Dutch supermarkets. From these bottles and boxes with pre-made mixes, to frozen ones, to a variety of refrigerated pancakes ready to heat up and eat. There are even ready-made poffertjes, which are these smaller ones, or these flat pannekuchen that I want to rub applesauce with cinnamon all over. There are just so many to choose from. If anyone has a good pancake restaurant or pancake recipe, I'm all ears. Dankjewel! Eggs that are not refrigerated. I know for the average American, this is so strange to see. Maybe I've been too Germanized, but at this point it's pretty normal to me. Plus, a majority of other countries around the world do not refrigerate their eggs. But something I'm still adjusting to are that they are in packs of 10 or 6 and not a dozen. And like in German supermarkets, the colored eggs in the Dutch supermarkets means they've already been hard-boiled.
Bakery options. Like German supermarkets, the Dutch supermarkets often have some type of bakery section. Diana always buys a different brand of stroopwafel to bring home. I enjoy looking through and seeing the different snacks that are offered. I usually go for something savory like a frikandelbroodje. Even the German supermarket chains like Aldi and Lidl offer more of a Dutch variety here in the Netherlands. Maybe it's because I'm German, but I like to try the things that the Dutch supermarkets have to offer. It just feels a little bit more special to me.
Cheese, please. It's hard to mention the Netherlands without mentioning cheese. I'll let you in on a little secret. Phil and I often buy Dutch cheese, even when we're in Germany. Oopsie. And going to the Dutch supermarkets, there's always a decent variety of goat or cow cheese products. Even big bowls of cheese the size of a child's head. Look at this thing. Peanut butter options. So, being from the USA, I'm used to a large variety of peanut butter to fill the addiction. When I moved to Germany, I was so sad because there are rarely more than 2 options available. Going to the Netherlands, it feels like home. I love to see the roasted peanut butter options, chunky and creamy options as well. We didn't know which brand to buy, so we ended up going with this protein one for the gains. Now I want to make some PB&Js. Peanut and spicy sauces. So, some Dutch dishes have been heavily influenced by Indonesian cuisine and flavors. We all know the colonialism history. Well, I guess a positive result of that is the amount of satay sauce, pinda sauce, and spicy sauzen here in the Netherlands. I literally have to cross a country border to get some spice in my life. If you ask for spicy in Germany, you'll be greeted with black pepper. But here in the Netherlands, there are some proper spicy sauces. We can even get this US brand of Frank's Red Hot sauce here in the Netherlands. I love it.
Sauce variety. As a German, I really appreciate the variety of sauces in the Netherlands. There is this popular Joppie sauce that is awesome with fries. It is mayonnaise and curry spice based. My sister will request that we bring some back from the Netherlands every time. There are also so many garlic based sauces as well. And friet sauce too. If anyone has a sauce recommendation, let us know. We usually pick up a new sauce every time we go to the Netherlands. Frozen fried food. Yeah, the frozen section is where you get the good junk food of any country. I like to look at the amount of frozen options that differ from Germany, and there are plenty. There are a lot of bitterballen and frikandel options, even these toasties that look dangerously delicious.
We're also tempted by the bitterballen and the frikandel, the frozen ones, but our drive is almost 3 hours, so that would defrost.
Before we continue, we need you to like the video and subscribe for more videos around the world. If you want to further support us, you can do that at patreon.com/DianaandPhil, where we make additional monthly videos of behind the scenes, updates, and just parts that don't make it into our YouTube videos. And a shout out to our soulmate tiered Patreon members, Lauren Jared, Roger Lupke, Robin, and Parker Dopke. Thank you! Drinks and alcohol. The amount of drinks and flavors is always fun to look through. This Dutch brand of chocolate-flavored milk called Chocomel is something I see everywhere, and it kind of reminds me of Yoo-Hoo's and my love for those in college. The amount of strong beers is putting me on my booty just looking at it here. And on our last trip to the Netherlands, I was enticed by this peach lambic beer. After trying a lot of Belgian and Dutch beers, I've learned that I'm a big fan of lambic beers. I like the fruity flavors. Plus, I have a peach addiction, so this is perfect. Deposit machines. The Netherlands also has these machines in the supermarkets where you can return your bottles and cans. When you buy a bottle, there will often be a markup of the deposit, and you'll get that money back when you return your empty used bottles. Germany also has this system, and I've come to love it. Tax included in the price. This is all for my fellow Americans out there. The taxes are included in the prices here, whether it's fresh produce, baked goods, or even shampoo. The price that is stated on the product is the final price that you pay. It just makes more sense, and it's really good for budgeting. Card payment. In the Netherlands, card is king. There are many places that say card only, opposed to here in Germany where there are a ton of places saying cash only. So while in the Netherlands, I rarely need to use cash. Receipt. Also, you need your receipt to leave, or you're trapped. Some supermarkets in Germany do this as well, but I haven't seen it too often in the US. Maybe it's more in bigger cities. But you may need your receipt in order to leave some of the supermarkets in the Netherlands. And those are some of the grocery store items that we found interesting. The Hagelslag sprinkles are probably the coolest and cutest item to me. But let us know, what would you buy at a Dutch supermarket? Dankjewel so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Dang, they have oven pizzas. Look at all this prep stuff. This is my section. Salad. Ooh, those salads are kind of expensive, but yeah, interesting.
Pizza's €12.
€12 for a pizza.